Hi everyone. My name is Shakti Kumar NG and my registration number is 23BCE1686. Now I'm going to present on the topic application of finite automata in networking. So without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, let's have a basic understanding of what a finite automata is. Finite automata are a useful model for many important kinds of hardware and software. The simplest non-trivial finite automata is an on or off switch. So here's the finite automata. The switch device remembers whether it is in the on state or the off state, and it allows the user to press a button whose effect is different depending on the state of the switch. That is, if the switch is in the off state, then pressing the button changes it to the on state, and vice versa. As for all finite automata, the states are represented by circles. In this example, we have named the states on and off. Arcs between states are labeled by the inputs, which represent external influences on the system. Here, both arcs are labeled by the input push, which represents the user pushing the button. The intent of the two arcs is that whichever state the system is in, when the push input is received, it goes to the other state. One of the state is designated the start state. The starts the state in which the system is placed initially. In our example, the start state is off, and we conventionally indicate the start state by the word start and an arrow leading to that state. It is often necessary to indicate one or more states as final or accepting state. Entering one of these states after a sequence of inputs indicates that the input sequence is good in some way. For instance, we could have regarded the state on in the diagram as accepting because in that state, the device being controlled by the switch will operate. It is conventional to designate the accepting states by a double circle, although we have not made any such designation in the given diagram. Moving on, we have the main topic, which is finite automata and networking. Finite automata are abstract machines used in computer science to model systems that can be in one of the several states, transitioning between states based on inputs. In networking, FAs help simplify, design, and verify the various processes and protocols that ensure reliable and efficient communication between devices. Here's a more detailed look at specific applications, namely network protocol design and analysis, and also routing and switching. First up is network protocol design and analysis. This is critical for ensuring the data communication over networks is reliable, efficient, and secure. Protocols define a set of rules and conventions that govern how devices communicate, synchronize, and transfer data across a network. Finite automata (FA) and finite state machines (FSMs) are frequently used to design and analyze protocols as they offer a clear, structured way to represent different states and transitions in network communication. Now we are going to see in depth at how FAs are applied here. First is TCP connection management. Transmission Control Protocol (TCP), which manages reliable data transmission over networks, uses a finite state machine FSM to handle different stages of a connection. TCP connections transition through several states, including closed, closed is the initial state and no connection exists over there. Listen server is waiting for incoming connections. SYN sent, the client is requesting connection. SYN received, the server acknowledges the connection request established, and a connection is active and data can be exchanged. Spin wait and time wait, which are the connection termination states. Each transition from one state to another is triggered by specific events such as receiving a SYN packet to initiate a connection or a FIN packet to close the connection. Representing these phases as states and transitions allows for better visualization, debugging, and analysis. Now, here I have given a FA demonstrating the TCP connection management. TCP connection management can be modeled as a finite automata using its key states and transitions in the three-way handshake process to establish a connection and the four-way handshake process to terminate a connection. Here is a simplified FA showing these transitions. Three-way handshake connection establishment. Closed is the initial state. The client initiates a connection by sending a SYN packet and transitions to SYN sent. Listen, the server receives the SYN, responds with the SYN ACK, and transitions to SYN receive. In SYN sent, the client receives the SYN ACK, sends an ACK, and both client and server enter the established state. In established state, data transfer takes place. Either side can initiate connection termination by sending a FIN packet. Now the four-way handshake process connection termination starts. In fin wait 1, the initiator receives an ACK for its fin, moving to fin wait 2. In fin wait 2, the initiator receives a fin from the other side and sends a final ACK, entering time wait to ensure the other side received it. Time wait or closed after the time wait. After the timeout, the initiator moves to closed. Closed is the final state. Ensuring protocol correctness. Designing protocols as finite state machines allows developers to verify that all possible states and transitions are handled correctly. This ensures that protocol behaves predictably and reliably even under unexpected conditions. By analyzing the protocol as an FA, designers can identify potential deadlocks where the system freezes due to waiting indefinitely, or live locks where the system keeps transitioning between states without making progress. For example, in a handshake process, the system might get stuck waiting for a response that never arrives, which can be avoided with proper FSM design. And next is state consistency. Protocols like HTTP, FTP, and SMTP rely on predictable state transitions. FSMs help ensure that data transmission progresses in a logical order, preventing inconsistencies such as the server reading data in the wrong format or at the wrong time. Moving on, we have efficient error handling. Network protocols use FSMs to manage errors such as packet loss or corruption that occur during data transmission. So there are two such recovery mechanisms: error recovery mechanism and TCP retransmission. In error recovery mechanisms, finite FAs can model various error recovery mechanisms such as resending corrupted data, closing the connection, or sending an error message to the user. For instance, if an FTP server detects a data transfer failure, the FSM can move the protocol to an error handling state where it either retries or terminates the transfer gracefully. In TCP retransmission, if a packet is lost or arrives out of order, TCP's FSM moves into a retransmission state, which involves resending the packet to ensure reliable delivery. The FSM can automatically detect timeouts or missing acknowledgements, prompting it to resend data and return to a stable state. Next is security and authentication. Protocols use FSMs to enforce authentication and security measures, defining specific states for verifying user credentials or establishing a secure connection. TLS or SSL protocol, the transport layer security TLS and secure sockets layer SSL protocols which are used for secure web communication follow a state-based process. Client hello, the client requests a secure connection. Server hello, where the server responds to security parameters. And certificate exchange, where the client and server exchange certificates and keys. Session established after verification, the encrypted communication begins. Using an FSM ensures that each security step is completed in sequence and prevents unauthorized access by requiring specific state transitions. For example, only moving to a session established after verifying certificates. Next is protocol testing and simulation. Finite automata make it easier to test protocols under simulated conditions, allowing developers to observe how the protocol responds to different inputs and states. Automated testing, for that we have two methods: automated testing tools and stress testing. Automated testing tools like Wireshark, KP, and finite state machine simulators can model protocols as FAs, allowing testers to observe how the protocol behaves in scenarios like high traffic, packet loss, or intentional attacks. This helps identify vulnerabilities and areas for improvement before the protocol is deployed. In stress testing, FSM based models allow developers to simulate high traffic scenarios to test how a protocol handles congestion and identify potential bottlenecks. Before moving on to routing and switching using FA, let us look at some basics of routing and switching. Routing and switching are fundamental processes in networking that manage how data travels from one device to another. Switching operates within a local area network LAN to connect multiple devices such as computers and printers. Switches use MAC, media access control addresses, to power data frames to the correct device within the same network. This ensures efficient communication within a single network by delivering data only to the intended device, reducing unnecessary traffic. Routing. Routing manages data transfer between different networks, typically across larger geographic areas. Routers use IP, Internet Protocol addresses, to determine the best path for data to reach its destination across interconnected networks. This ensures data is efficiently and accurately transmitted across multiple networks, making the internet and wide area networks WANs possible. In summary, switching is used for data transfer within a network, while routing enables communication between different networks. Now let's look at the main topic: routing and switching using FA. Routers use FSM to manage decision-making processes in routing protocols like OSPF or BGP. These protocols need to handle complex processes. In OSPF state transmissions, routers transition to states like init, two-way, exchange, and full as they establish neighbor relationships and share routing information. Each state represents a phase in building a stable routing table which allows routers to understand network topology and efficiently forward packets. Packet forwarding decisions. Finite automata also helps switches and routers decide how to process packets based on MAC or IP address tables, reducing latency by following a defined set of states to forward, drop, or queue packets for further handling. FSMs enable smooth convergence in routing protocols and manage load balancing and traffic flow control, improving overall network stability and ensuring efficient use of network resources. FSMs bring a structured approach to routing and switching, making these processes efficient, secure, and adaptable to the complexities of real-world networking environment. Now I have given an FA demonstrating OSPF state transition. The OSPF opens shortest path first is a dynamic routing protocol that uses various states to establish and maintain router connections within an IP network. A finite automation FA can represent the state transitions of OSPF routers during the process of forming an adjacency with other routers. Here's a simplified version of an FA that illustrates the key OSPF states and transitions. Each transition is based on specific events like receiving hello packets, seeing a router's ID, and completing database synchronization. Down is the initial state. When a router receives a hello packet from a neighbor, it transitions to init. In init, if the router receives its own ID in the neighbor's hello packet, indicating bidirectional communication, it transitions to two-way. In two-way, if the neighbor relationship is eligible for adjacency formation, example, the router is a designated router or a backup DR, the router transitions to EXSTART. In EXSTART, the router decides which one will act as a master in the exchange process. In exchange, the routers begin exchanging link state information. If some information is missing, they enter the loading state to request it. Once all the link state information is synchronized, the routers reach the full state, which is the final state, indicating a fully formed adjacency. Now, limitations of finite automata. Memoryless and lack of context. They cannot handle history of previous states, limiting its application in session-based protocols. Complex condition handling. Inadequate for protocols with complex and dynamic decision-making environments. Scalability issues. Limited scalability for large networks and concurrent connections. Inability to support cryptography, insufficient for cryptographic functions and complex security protocols, high level protocol limitations, unsuitable for protocols with complex conditional behavior. Now next, now we have reached the final slide, which is the conclusion. So finite automata FA are useful for modeling simple deterministic behaviors in networking such as basic protocol states and transitions. Their straightforward nature makes them effective for modeling basic protocol states, state transitions, and certain control mechanisms in networking. However, their lack of memory and limited complexity make them insufficient for handling real-world network requirements like context-dependent behavior, security, and scalability. For complex protocols, more advanced computational models such as push-down automata PDA, Turing machines, or state machines with memory are often necessary. These models provide the added flexibility and the computational power needed to handle the dynamic and multi-layered nature of modern networking. Overall, FA offer a useful but limited toolset in network protocol design, serving as an entry point for understanding basic state-driven behaviors, but requiring augmentation or replacement for complex and large-scale systems. So that's all for now. Thank you.